Wait, hold up. Just waiting to
Oh
boot
my
up.
god, I just started
It's
mine.
wait, no, it's booting up. It's booting up. We're good.
Do you guys hear
Hey,
anything wrong with my background?
all right, guys. What is going on, guys? Espionage Micro here, and today we are doing something we've done before. It was just me and Kellum on the last one. We are hosting another edition of the Espionage Podcast, formerly the Micro Podcast, guys. Today we are introducing some new members, some new additions to the Espionage roster. As always, y'all know me. I am Micro. Y'all been introduced to Kellum already. We all know our aspirations. We'll kind of briefly discuss what we did pretty much in the last podcast. In case you missed it, talking about our aspirations, where we came from, what we do on YouTube, content creation or competitive. Mario fan in the chat, what's going on, man? How you doing? Welcome the new members, man. Alrighty, so pretty much that's what we're going to be doing here today. If time permits, we will be maybe discussing the launch of Call of Duty World War II. Comes out about an hour and 20 minutes, guys. Totally hyped for that. But as of right now, we're just going to go ahead and kick it off with the introductions, what we're all about, what kind of games we like, things of that nature. Hey, what's good, Mario? Welcome. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and kick it off with the first person in the chat. It only makes sense. Espionage Goose is what he goes by. I don't know. Are you going to be keeping those numbers at the end of your name, Goose?
Sort of. That's
Yeah?
for me to know.
Alright, it's for him to know, guys. Alright, so Espionage Goose, 1397. Alright, man, so what are you all about? Are you, what genres of games you like, your content creation, your aspirations, your hopes and dreams? Spill your soul. We're listening.
Alright, glad you're listening then. Games. I play a variety. I don't just stick to Call of Duty. I actually enjoy moving.
Oh, okay, so shades being thrown. I see how it is.
Dreams and aspiration also to become really cool, so I'm pretty much already there. Now I just gotta share my coolness with the world.
And hello?
Yeah, yo.
Oh, what's up?
You good, Goose? Your mic is kind of cutting out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Richard doing it on purpose for Sean.
Yeah, that's what you get for throwing shade.
Nah, whatever.
So like, what kind of like main games? What kind of games do you prefer? Like, I know you're into that one, the most popular game in the world. What the hell is it called? League of Legends.
Yeah. So, I on PC I'm usually sticking to League of Legends just because I like a different match every round, and then I usually take it too seriously as opposed to everybody else on the game. But I generally like friendly, like empowered games, games where I can play with a bunch of buddies and I can just enjoy and show off. So my main thing right now at the moment is Fortnite, but we do occasionally play GTA and other sorts of stuff like that.
Sweet. So mostly team-based games. Do you also do solo things, or are you gonna stick mainly to the team-based games, playing with friends, collaborating within espionage as well as without espionage? Just intermingling with people, or is solo something that you're doing now, willing to do?
So at the moment, I'm gonna stick with the team-based games just because I like to play them. But I will move on to solo games, especially the ones that I deeply want to play, and people that want to see me play. I will not have a problem playing by myself. But I feel like a game with more people in it needs more energy. So that's my style.
Yeah, definitely. I can attest to that. You definitely do feed off the energy of others. Alrighty, so pretty much going off of that. Alright, so you're gonna be a content creator. So for your plans right now, this current moment, as always, guys, things change. Things happen. Things change. So right now, as of now, you've only posted videos. Are you planning on streaming? And if you are you planning on streaming on YouTube? Are you planning on streaming on Twitch? Or yeah, so what are you planning on there? Just the videos, longer type videos?
So at the moment, what I've been doing on YouTube, like you said, I've been posting videos about just around.
Mm-hmm.
But and the videos that I made have been fairly longer. I do want to cut it shorter. I don't want to completely get rid of my long videos, but I do want to balance them, so that way there's a variety of them. Um, I do stream on Twitch. I've been thinking about going on YouTube, but that's just something I need to debate about. I look up the pros and cons,
Hmm.
and then for my for my video creation, I'm planning on having at least 2 videos a week. If I get the third one out, that's more than ideal. But I'm thinking of doing like a long video once a week and then a short one once a week. And by long, I mean about an hour, and short, I mean about 20 minutes. So that way, there's something for that everybody can kind of enjoy. That's their own taste.
All right, sweet. Yeah, and I know that your type of content I've seen, and it really suits. It really suits streaming, as opposed to the video phase. So we'll look forward to your either long videos or streams or whatever you decide to go with. We'll be looking for it. And as always, guys, I will here in a little bit, I'll have everyone's stuff linked down in the description. Everyone's Twitters, YouTubes, Twitches, everything like that. So if you need to go find them, if you're interested in subbing, following, donating, whatever the case may be, they will be in the description here in a little bit, guys. So you'll be able to go on them in just a little bit. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and move on here. Another addition to the Espionage Gaming Squad, which kind of took a little effort. Kind of took a little effort to get him in here and get him on board here. Well established on YouTube already. Likes to make videos. Very entertaining as well. We have Espionage Oregano Sauce. So, guy, same questions to you, man. So, like, what is your goal here in Espionage? What are you mostly into? Your genre, your play style, things of that nature.
Well, I don't stream a lot, but when I do, it's mostly like just like multiplayer for like COD or something. Nothing too. When I usually play some horror story modes. Uh, only that. That's the only story modes I do play. But other than that, I usually upload like funny moments, GTA. Right now, at the moment, I am taking a break until the games that I want to play, like Battlefront 2 or Last of Us 2 or any other game that's coming out this month, pretty much. So I'll be coming back pretty soon. Not sure yet, but very soon. But as for espionage, well, just helping each other out, helping each other grow and making not only a better, having some more, what's it called, more people involved. Hopefully, we can become bigger and grow better, or something like that in the near future.
Yeah, of course, strength in numbers. That's what we're all about. That's what we're gonna be doing here. Strength through numbers, strength through collaboration, quality, all that type of stuff. So, funny moments and things like that in GTA and any other game that really has opportunity for funny moments, Gary's Mod, things of that nature. Are those something that you same question as to Goose, like solo or like team-based thing, or like what do you thrive off of?
Like any honestly anything that seems really fun, like Rocket League, like that's really funny. I have a lot of moments with I kill him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or like anything that I can make a video, to be honest, like effort, and then it all depends. Like if especially with friends, it's a lot funnier, a lot better with friends.
Of course. And so do you go mess around with multiplayer as well, Call of Duty and like I know you said Battlefront, like is that more for the multiplayer, or is that more for the campaign?
Call of Duty is one of my least most uploaded videos on my channel. It's not because I don't want to, it's because everybody uploads it. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing, I'm just saying like I want to be a little different. I will upload like funny moments here and there, maybe some new content, new DLCs if I do get them. Especially if it's new, I'll upload it. But other than that, I won't upload them like every other day or so. I'll upload them like maybe a month, maybe twice a month.
Okay. Oh, what's
What's
happening there? What's happening there? Someone's got to take a leak or what?
Boy, mute yourself.
Man, it must be hard though, like especially posting videos about Call of Duty, just because there's so many people that do that, especially with this new Call of Duty out.
Yeah.
Except this new Call of Duty, I think there'll be some like a lot of funny moments though, dude. Compared to like yeah,
just all around a good
Infinite
time,
Warfare, there's barely
Yeah,
anyone who posted Infinite
Infinite
Warfare because it
Warfare.
wasn't very good. Black Ops 3, people loved it, so people would post videos on that and
I
stuff.
uploaded a lot of Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But when it comes to story mode, like single player modes, like I said, I only play horror games unless it's something that catches my eye. I uploaded Outlast 1, the DLC, Outlast 2, Resident Evil 7. I think that's so far my horror based channel.
Well, I like you like to get scared. I'm personally not on board with that, but hey, whatever tickles your pickle. Alrighty, so just continuing along the. I mean, his name doesn't need any introduction. His name is obviously you guys can't see it right now. I'm staring at it. It is as it implies. It is majestic. His name is Majestic Sludge, Espionage, Majestic Slug, and that's just a beautiful name, man. How'd you come up with that one?
All right, so I wanted to make a Minecraft account, and then there's like this name generator. First of all, it just asks you for your favorite animal, and it asks you what game you like. It like has Call of Duty, Minecraft, all this shit. Obviously, I picked Minecraft, so then it came up with my name, Majestic Slug, and that's how I got it.
Wow, just the RNG of it, huh?
Yeah.
The RNG of the name. Alrighty, so same goes to you. We're gonna continue it on genres of games you play, multiplayer, single player, your hopes and dreams, aspirations, and what are you here doing for? Oh, by the way, for espionage oregano sauce. If you didn't get it from his introduction, is also part of the content creation team. So let me just pose this last question to you, Oregano. Mostly videos, streams. What do you got going on?
I just upload videos. I hardly do any streams, but like I said, if my subscribers want them, I'll do them. I have no problem doing them. I actually like them. I get to communicate with my subscribers. But in the meantime, I just upload videos.
All right, sweet. Alrighty, so now, Majestic, on to you with those questions.
All right. Well, right now I've been kind of the opposite of you guys, mostly doing streams. Just started recently, so there's not that many up. I'm actually planning on doing some videos, but recently, mostly just Fortnite, and I did one Evil Within stream with my brother watching me and making fun of me, for getting scared. So that was pretty fun. Right now,
so your streams are YouTube or Twitch?
Twitch only right now. I want to expand to YouTube just because more discoverability, but for now, just Twitch.
All right, sweet. And so, continuing the horror game, The Evil Within, is that something that you think you're gonna be doing more of, or are you gonna stick to like the Call of Duty based multiplayer?
I'm definitely gonna do more survival horror games, just because for some reason I'm like oddly good at them, so I kind of want to stick with those. Also, I think they're just in general fun to watch, so I think people want to see more of that. I'm planning on making videos about that upcoming Resident Evil 7 DLC. So yeah, definitely gonna stick with that. I also will do some World War II videos just because everyone else is on board. I might as well do it too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Call of Duty's always fun.
Call of Duty is fun. I'm glad someone agrees. I'm sick of all these naysayers on Call of Duty.
Boring.
I mean, Call of Duty, at least I can guarantee myself that I'll at least have like a decent time. That's usually the guarantee for Call of Duty.
Exactly. I mean, Infinite Warfare was the exception to that. I mean, at least personally, but
I actually liked Infinite Warfare a lot.
Really?
I can see why a lot of people didn't something like it. I really like the boosting, and the time to kill was a lot shorter.
Kick him out of the
and
group.
A lot
Kick him out of
higher.
the group.
Whose man is this? Whose man?
Whose man's is this, Goose?
Popular
Control your
thing.
mans.
Yeah. Oh, the boosting on the controller though, that was terrible. I can see on the keyboard and mouse though, it was beautiful.
Oh,
Looks in my eyes.
so you played a COD on the PC?
I played it on both, mostly PC this time, on really low settings, but mostly on PC just because the boosting was so much better on PC.
Wow,
It was
that's
terrible on console.
That's actually really, really interesting. So first of all, that you like Infinite Warfare. Second of all, is the boosting, the boosting mechanics. All right, so I can see like boosting. Obviously, if any of you are unfamiliar, the boosting, the jetpacking, quote unquote, was brought to Call of Duty by Sledgehammer Games, the creator of Advanced Warfare and creator of the game that's coming out in about an hour. World War II. This is going to be their second iteration of the Call of Duty, in the franchise. They have worked on games in the past, like Modern Warfare 3. They helped out Infinity Ward on that game, but it's going to be their second iteration. So pretty much my point here was Advanced Warfare. I loved it. It was my favorite COD. You guys already know. I have the video up on my channel about how Advanced Warfare was my favorite Call of Duty to date. Black Ops 3 was decent, but it actually was the game that ended my competitive career because of the internet. It was absolutely BS. Infinite Warfare kind of just fuck you. My aim BS. My aim was godlike. And if you guys haven't seen my Codis Connection series, go check that out. I get 22 hit markers on someone and they don't die. Just saying. Anyway, so yeah, I like the boots, not the boots on the ground, the jetpacking rather was every game had their different variation the past 3 years. However, so did you prefer the IW boosting over like Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3?
I actually confused Infinite Warfare with Advanced Warfare. Infinite Warfare's movement system was terrible.
Okay, you're back.
That explains it. Let's go. Redemption.
Advanced Warfare. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Advanced Warfare was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Advanced Warfare. They introduced the jetpacking, and I loved it. But Infinite, I'm glad.
So slow. It's really sluggish. The maps are not designed for it at all. It's just awful.
I just hate wall running, man. Like,
Yeah, the wall running.
But in Infinite Warfare, it's oddly slow. It's just it doesn't have the fluidity of Black Ops.
Like,
I like
from
affected in Advanced Warfare. That was the thing to go.
Like from a competitive standpoint, like I thought IW was just so weird because if you're an AR player, you can't really play like AR like that. A lot of like the sub players would be using like freaking an AR, which is, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's so weird.
Yeah, okay, it's okay. Hey, with that with that little thing there, we're gonna go ahead and kick it off. He just joined. He's late. He's late. Hopefully that's not gonna be a normal thing here. Okay, cool. It's fine. It's fine. But we're just gonna. It's perfect timing because we just got pretty much done with Majestic Slug. And speaking of Call of Duty, it's kind of a perfect segue there. This next guy introducing to Optic is actually different from anyone we've announced. Hey, we haven't announced you yet. We announced you there. Hey.
You said Optic.
Optic? Espionage? What the fuck? I said Optic?
No, yes. The Optic.
What the hell?
What? I was like, excuse me.
Sorry, I got Twitter up. I got Twitter up on my second monitor. It's on there.
I was like, wrong team.
Wrong team. Fuck you, Twitter. Let me minimize that. Alright, so to Espionage, you already know. This guy is a competitive Call of Duty player. He's gonna be playing for the Espionage Gaming banner in World War II here off the start. He is Divine Nightmare. Espionage Divine Nightmare. So Espionage Divine Nightmare, I guess. What we've been doing here, I'm pretty much just going to ask you the questions. What are your aspirations in Espionage in terms of content creation? What YouTube, streaming on Twitch, streaming on YouTube, things of that nature. What kind of genres of games do you play other than Call of Duty? Or if it's just Call of Duty, that's fine too. Just tell me what your plans are, your goals, dreams, aspirations, and what it's like to be a competitive Call of Duty player. and why you decided to play for Espionage Gaming.
Okay. You hit me with every single question all at once. So let's see if I remember all of
No,
them.
it's good. It's good. Just go with it. Just pretty much tell us what you're all about.
So, obviously, with that awesome introduction, my aspirations as to the org itself, that's separated from like YouTube and whatnot, is basically just to find a foundation of where the players and support each other and basically grow in the scene as one instead of most players where it's just like they piggyback off of one person or then ditch them
Whoa.
later. Like, it's more like a succession type of thing. Like
Woo.
if I'm good,
Sorry
everyone's
to
good.
interrupt.
Yeah, hold up. Are you murdering someone? Are we witnessing a murder?
That's the gate. I haven't had my earbuds in. I'm just getting home.
All right. Continue.
Hold on, you're gonna hear my gay nephew. Sorry, screen.
Oh, dropping the non-PC word there. Gotta fix that.
Apologies again.
Alrighty, continue.
Anyways.
All right, I'm good. Sorry about that stream. Let the record show I'm not a homophobe. I love all people. That was horrible. Anyways.
Wow.
Stop.
Alright.
All
You
right,
good?
so back to the question. Sorry about that. It's basically just to grow with the org as one person's if the org succeeds and we succeed together, kind of like a Three Musketeers thing where it's all for one for all type of deal.
Exactly.
As far as YouTube and streaming goes, I'm looking into streaming again pretty soon here. I kind of stopped in a while, but I think I'm gonna start streaming a little bit with PUBG coming to Xbox, and as you know, everybody likes watching that. I enjoy watching that. It's like probably like my favorite game to watch besides like Call of Duty and whatnot. So probably primarily gonna be that. Some Fortnite maybe. Until I get my PC, then I'll probably be streaming Dota and games of that nature. CS. YouTube, I haven't really decided since the whole small YouTubers kind of got killed, but I might do it just for fun, just to reflect on the past and good memories. The games that I play, honestly, I love every type of game. Believe it or not, FPS is not my favorite type of genre. I'm really into strategy games. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Civilization Revolution. That's like one of my favorite fucking games. I'm into all that stuff.
Really? So FPS is not your favorite genre of game? I would have never thought that.
Mm-mm.
So,
Really isn't.
with that being said, like, being like a competitive Call of Duty player and FPS not being your favorite genre, is Call of Duty like your favorite franchise or favorite game, or would something like along the lines of Dota or League of Legends or something like that be higher than Call of Duty?
That's a good question. See,
That's what I do.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty used to be my favorite franchise, like back in MW2 days. And so some like along the way, I kind of just drifted apart into more intellectual games such as Dota and all that. So I would probably have to say watching Dota is like my favorite thing, but playing wise, probably Call of Duty. I haven't really decided on that, but being a competitive Call of Duty player is the dream. That's always been my dream. I wouldn't want to, go into Dota competitively ever. So I wouldn't. It's like a complicated mixture of emotions when it comes to those two things. But Call of Duty is where I'm at, so that's where I'm staying.
Wow, that's unique actually. That's really cool. Like, you can have a separate favorite or have more enjoyment playing a specific type of game such as Call of Duty, and then have a completely different experience when it comes to consuming content, like enjoying a different, like Dota more, say. Like, that's super interesting and unique. I feel like that's not a trait that a lot of people can have without questioning themselves, like on what they want to do. So I respect that a lot, and I think it's really interesting. And so,
Yeah.
oh yeah, continue.
Go ahead. Oh, well, yeah, I feel like it's kind of like a one-track mind thing. Like, if you have too much Call of Duty, kind of dries out. Um, and
Absolutely.
playing it competitively really changes your aspect on like the whole 100% of fun, you know? So it's like with Dota, I feel even though it's even more competitive than Call of Duty, like with the people that we're not, um, I enjoy how hard it is to even on a regular just for example on a Call of Duty sense, so just a regular pub type of game or a friendly match is really what's the word that I'm looking for? We'll just say it, competitive. It's like it just brings that competitive nature in me, you know.
Same.
Of course, of course. Alrighty, so perfect segue. We're just gonna go ahead and briefly go over to Kellum here. You already know him. He's been highlighted on my channel multiple times throughout the years since Advanced Warfare. If y'all remember when I used to stream every night 4 to 8 hours to 14 hours a night, I was a streaming machine back in the days where I met Kellum on Advanced Warfare.
Yep,
We've
I'm a
already
fan.
introduced him, but let's go ahead and give the abbreviated version, Kellum, or if you want to just go ahead and go through the entirety of it, like, and once again, he is a competitive Call of Duty player for Espionage. So content might be a secondary thing for him, but competitive's where he's at. He's going to be bringing us home some trophies here for the World War II season. What are your aspirations, Kellum? How did you get into competitive COD? And we'll just go like that.
Takes me back to Advanced Warfare days. Sledgehammer, of course. Advanced Warfare, besides MW3, Advanced Warfare is my favorite COD. And I
MW3?
never, yeah, and I never really done competitive gaming before. Well, I have done one MLG because I had no clue what the GBs were back in the day. I was like, oh, this looks cool, and I got completely wrecked. Did one match and it was done. And then I started watching streams on Advanced Warfare. That's when I came across Micro. It's kind of funny though, because Micro kind of got me into competitive in a way. Like I would watch it. Like I would watch it once in a while towards the end of Ghost, like their competitive the competitive scene then. But I never really got into it until like Advanced Warfare. Whenever I'd watch everyone's streams and stuff. And then I made that move to Xbox. I was on PS4 originally, and then moved to Xbox with all the other pro players. And then that's when I like upped my game, got better. Came back to PS4 when they said Black Ops 3 was going to be
Like
the
having the
competitive
DLCs
scene.
or
Well,
whatever.
no, having the competitive scene there. So that's when I switched back, and it's been so far kind of a bumpy ride from there.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. When he says, like I said, I met him on my stream and he would always bug me, hey, let's play. And finally, I wasn't playing with my team, and I said, screw it, let's go, let's invite him and let's play with him. And to put it lightly, he was ass. He was hot buns. He sucked very badly. He was terrible. Like, he was fun to play with. He was a cool guy, but it was to put it bluntly, he was not good at the game. But so we played with him for fun. It was whatever. It wasn't. We take it lightheartedly. Wouldn't take it too seriously. And then, as he said, this was when the Xbox it held the competitions. It got the DLC first, and he moved over there because obviously he was serious about competitive, or else he wouldn't have sold his PlayStation to get an Xbox in the first place. So he went over there. He was playing with pros, semi-pros. I remember him sending me screenshots of him playing with like TJ, Hallie, and who else?
Parasite, Saints, like
The dude that was a former Halo pro. Didn't you play against him?
Enable, yeah.
No. He started in COD, went to Halo, and I believe he's in Gears of War now. I really can't remember his name, but he was a young god at the time. I just remember him sending me
Oh, Huke.
Hook. If you guys aren't familiar with these people, they're just competitive Call of Duty players, pro Call of Duty players now. Well, Hook is the exception. He's a pro Gears of War player now, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he went over there, and obviously it wasn't a mistake because it got his skill level to the point where it needed to be, to the point where he surpassed me. Like, we were playing with him and we thought he was ass, obviously because the skill was below ours. But then when he came back from from Xbox to PlayStation, once the competitive scene switched over to the PlayStation, this man was a different person. I couldn't believe this was the same guy, just going off on people, consistently destroying the opposition. We played against him, consistently destroying us. So it was a really good move switching over to Xbox, and I could attest to that wholeheartedly. So that's why he is the captain of the espionage competitive Call of Duty team. Just got to make that point clear. He is the captain of the team. He's not just another player. So if you want to go ahead and continue on in your journey and what your aspirations are for content creation, if you plan on doing that, or if you just want to focus here on the competitive team and try and get us those W's along with Divine Nightmare and players to be announced on that competitive team.
Yeah.
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 That's the answer to the question. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Someone else was talking to me. Can you please repeat that?
I mean, that was a long ass little heartfelt speech I gave there, man. I'm kind of
No.
frankly
I
insulted.
thought you said there was a question. I did hear all the other stuff about.
No, I was just pretty much, gave a backstory of how you came back and you were good. And so the question, what was the question? Anyone remember? I can't remember.
That's what I was asking. I did hear everything else.
Does pizza go on,
His
or
journey.
does pineapple go on pizza?
The pineapple's on pizza. I do like that. I do like that.
Why?
Bro,
No.
that's good.
Because it gives a little sweetness to it, man.
I'm dropped officially.
If you want to put some like sweet and sour sauce in that shit and call it a day.
Okay. I see how it is, guys.
Okay, yeah, no.
Question was if
No, I'm just kidding. I'm back.
He left the chat in case in the stream you missed that. Kellum,
If you hear that boop.
he missed the chat.
So yeah, like trying to get this COD thing going, new COD,
Wow.
so I could start fresh again. Infinite Warfare didn't really like. I wouldn't even say start. Like I didn't even start trying to play comp on there. I rarely played it because I just disliked it a lot. Like I did not like it.
Popular opinion.
Just like Black Ops 3, like I mean I was good at it, but I don't really like it. I don't know. I don't know.
Black Ops 3 was good, but not good enough to be on it consistently every day, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion too.
I would go on it for like the daily challenges, the weeklies, just to get the DLC weapons, or just even play zombies.
Yeah. But like World War II looks awesome, man. Like, I mean, I wasn't so fond of it in the beta. Like, there's a lot of things I didn't really like, but yeah, I was pretty damn good at it.
Okay, what do you think is better out of the Call of Duty series? Sledgehammer, Treyarch, or what's the other one? Infinity War. Who makes the best?
Oh man, dude.
All right, so let's open it up here. That's
in my opinion, mine is Treyarch, because not only they make zombies happen, and then other Call of Duties are trying to copy not only them, but they can't.
I wouldn't say copying. I mean, I kind of would, but they're just doing it. That's what the fans want.
But you can't beat Treyarch because the storyline. Not only that, like Treyarch listens to the people more instead of the the stupid microtransactions. That's pretty dumb. When it started on Advanced Warfare.
It's true. They did start with the supply drops.
I probably would say Treyarch makes the best. Well, they've had the best, the majority though. But if Sledgehammer keeps this up, dude, like Sledgehammer is gonna be like the top one. Infinity Ward's just been downhill. Last good one, I like I was saying earlier, like Advanced Warfare was a favorite, but MW3 is like my favorite. Like it was so cool. But yeah, I'd give it a Treyarch just because their games are like fun, like more fun. Everything else, I just take it too seriously. I mean, I still took Black Ops like seriously, but that's how I am. I'm just a competitive gamer. Sometimes it bugs because I get too competitive. I'm like, I gotta win every match, but
No, absolutely. That's the competitive nature. That's why you're on the competitive Call of Duty team. Alrighty, so moving sort of away, like we can get back to World War II in a moment, but obviously we don't want everything to be centered around Call of Duty here. We have content creation, which is going to be branched out into Call of Duty is love, Call of Duty is life, Call of Duty is my soul. However, we are gonna be doing things other than Call of Duty, guys. This is a multi-facet organization, Fortnite, some games like that. So I kind of want to go ahead and pose this question to you guys about something other than Call of Duty. So we'll go ahead and start from the top of the list. We'll go ahead and go with Divine. First off, so what games coming out or have just come out, recent games, recent releases? Actually, let's not go down. Let's just anyone jump in. We haven't heard from Goose in a while. I want him to go ahead and jump in here for this question. So like, what games are you excited for coming out here at the, maybe the start of 2018, the end of 2017, or maybe just came out, such as, like Mario Odyssey? Are you guys pumped to play games? What games have you played?
I would love to play Mario.
Mario, it's me.
I would love to play Mario Odyssey. But the thing is, I don't have a Switch, so that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, everyone's gonna hate me for saying this. I'm not really a big fan of Nintendo.
That's
Really?
Yeah. I know a lot of people.
Nintendo started like everything.
I don't care.
Mario, Super Smash.
I don't care. Like I'm an Xbox and PlayStation guy. Like my first real console was the what was it just called, PlayStation?
Yeah, the original PlayStation.
I used to have
Okay.
Nintendo.
And then the original Xbox, like, dude, those were like legit. I remember playing CS:GO on the original Xbox, bro. Shoot.
Of course.
Counter-Strike.
Not to interrupt, but a Mario fan in the chat, of course, has a problem with that, man. You can tell he's a big Mario fan.
Shoot, my bad.
How dare you?
Alrighty, Goose. So, what about you, Goose? Games you're hyped for? Games that you're really enjoying at the moment?
At the moment, I've only been playing the Stick of. So I've been playing both South Park games, the Stick of Truth and the Fractured Butthole.
Oh, of course. How could I forget about the South Park games?
They're.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Goose?
Go for it.
Have you played like through a lot of the Stick of Truth and like South Park Butthole?
I've been playing more towards Butthole than the Stick of Truth, but I.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Even sticking more to butthole.
The South Park games are. See, they're fun and they don't take themselves too seriously, and that's what's really likable. And then the story is just obviously supposed to be over the top and ridiculous, just because it's South Park. So it's just kind of a fun experience overall. I do kind of want to play. There's a new Doom game coming out, right?
Yeah,
Doom?
it is. It's coming out in November. Yeah.
So I've been kind of wanting to get that too. It looks pretty good.
I think they're releasing Doom VR. I think that's what it is.
I also do know they're releasing VR for Skyrim. And that probably sounds really stupid, but I kind of want to try that out.
I'm probably the only person in here that has never played Skyrim. I don't even know what Skyrim's about. I've never seen a video on Skyrim. Nothing. I have no idea what Skyrim is.
Skyrim was so big.
20 minutes of it.
I played a good hour and a half.
Really? Okay, so I mean, at least I'm not the only one that has minimal experience. I have literally zero. I think they're dragons or something like that, and that's all I know.
Yes, there are.
Dragonborn, dude. Oh yeah, that was my life for a while.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Every time they re-release the Skyrim's game, I have to buy the new.
I know. I'm a sucker for that shit.
Oh, so you were into Skyrim.
I got my special edition. I got my enhanced edition. Some bullshit.
I got my Penis edition.
One game I'm looking forward to, Last of Us 2.
Oh wow. Okay, when do we know? Do we have a date on when that's being released?
Next year.
It is on, I think, January or February on the 14th
of next year. That's interesting. That's awesome to me. I'm actually really excited for that because I heard something like that was going to come out. I finally played it on my channel, guys. You guys, there's a playlist on my channel called The Last of Us. I just finished that series up like a month or so ago, and that game absolutely blew my mind. Like, that game was
So
incredible. The detail they put into that game and the storyline was a movie. It was a how do you like an interactive movie of sorts. That game was dope. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I'm
For me, it
very
was a little bit too
disappointed.
much movie.
Very
But I still
disappointed.
thought it was
Nobody
great.
has said Days Gone yet.
Oh
Days
yeah,
Gone,
huh?
I
That
can't
one
wait
looks
for Days
crazy.
Gone.
Wait, what?
I
What was
don't
that?
know. He's gone.
It's like another Last of Us kind of thing. It's a Sony exclusive.
It's
So
like
I don't
Sony's new
do.
IP
That
with
one
like
looks
bikers
crazy
and
though,
zombies.
man.
But
I
the
don't know
zombies
if I
are twice
could.
as faster.
Cause
I mean, twice.
I mean, in The
it's like-
Last of Us, you do have like a little partner or whatever during the whole game, but this one's gonna be crazy, dude. Like you have all these zombies like running,
Imagine
like
World War II,
World War
World War
Z, like that
World War
movie
Z, yeah.
in a
World
game.
War Z zombies, yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Gosh.
Ah,
Dude, you're literally by yourself and like everything's like destructible and you can get into houses for a short period of time before they break in. It's crazy. It's like hordes and hordes of
Like
zombies
you
all at once.
literally gotta think. Like, okay, should I go upstairs? Should I fight back? Should I keep
Mhm.
running? Like it's yeah, it's a lot.
so would it be fair? Because what I'm hearing, I've never heard of that game that you guys are referencing, but would it kind of be like a good comparison to the Left 4 Dead, like the zombies in that?
Oh no.
I wouldn't
Left
say
4
so.
Dead's like fun, cartoony. This one looked like serious.
Yeah, it's a third person view
Mm-hmm.
zombie game. And it's
I'd say
really
it's like
crazy.
yeah.
It's
I'd
really
say it looks
crazy.
more like one of those typical like open world, like grindy kind of games.
Yeah,
I'd say
not only
kind of
that,
like yeah.
Hmm
Oh,
not
I see.
only that, like what's it call it? These zombies they run, they don't walk. They will not like hesitate to get you.
So
And no, also
basically-
you can use your like your surroundings as like traps. Like in the trailer, there's like a gas tank and you had a gun, obviously. So you grab the gas tank, push it towards a group of zombies, and then you can shoot it. Only you have like a wooden stick or gun.
It just seems like
You
there's
can
no
also-
boundaries in that game.
Yeah, you can also use your surroundings to like help you out as well.
Yeah, that's what Divine was saying. How everything's like destructible.
Yeah, and you could probably ride a motorcycle. I think yeah. You can,
Probably, you know.
Nah. I don't ride no motorcycle. I'm riding a zombie.
you can ride zombie.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Hey, it sounds cool
Bro,
in terms of zombies
also-
games.
They're like releasing LA Noir for like the near gen consoles.
Like
which is
remastered?
sick. Basically, it's not called remaster, but yeah, it's basically remastered. But what sucks is that it comes out this month, but this is like Call of Duty grind month, man. Like, shoot, man,
Yeah.
it's tough.
For us Call of Duty players, we're really looking forward to this transition back to boots on the ground. So other games kind of take get swept under the rug a little bit because we're gonna
You
be
can always
on
go
the
back
grind.
to Advanced Warfare and go to the boots on the ground mode on Advanced Warfare. Because
Yeah.
that was a thing, remember?
That was a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
true.
so difficult.
Yeah, the maps
Because
were
at
not
the
designed for
time,
that.
You had to like go on like what's it called, on like ladders and like you try to double jump.
I
you, like,
know.
fall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
was like, what is this? What is this thing they call a ladder? What is this?
Yeah, definitely not familiar with that anymore.
Kind of glad they're taking their focus away from the movement system just because they were
Well-
so bad at like
Well, not
balancing
only
it.
that, the fans wanted boots on the ground more than boost on the ground or off the ground.
Which I
Yeah,
think-
so-
How much?
Is a big testament to how fickle gaming fans are in general. And you guys can speak to this as we are obviously gaming fans, but series can be made or broken by the community with things that they think they want and things that they actually want. And I know just because I know Call of Duty, it's my game, I'll use this as an example. Before Advanced Warfare came out and Sledgehammer was introduced into the franchise, every single year was boots on the ground. There was no term of boots on the ground for Call of Duty yet. It was just Call of Duty. That's what it was. They had never seen a changement as dramatic as boost packing in Call of Duty. We had things of that nature in Halo and Titanfall with higher jumps, more
Especially while running on Titanfall as well.
exactly wall running. Like and Call of Duty gets a lot of flack for stealing some stuff from Titanfall, which that's hearsay. That's you take things from other developers that you like. Well, that's a whole nother discussion, but. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And people during Call of Duty Ghost, which was the last boots on the ground game we had in the Call of Duty franchise, people were complaining. I remember vividly reading, like, just going through people's posts on how trashing Call of Duty, how it's the same thing every year. It's just a different skin. It's the same thing. It's boring. There's gonna come a Call of Duty killer with Titanfall. Remember that? Titanfall was the Call of Duty killer. Remember that? Yeah. So much for Titanfall.
Ridiculous.
So, and that was the community in Call of Duty at that point during Call of Duty Ghost. And I feel that's why Call of Duty Ghost got kind of a really bad rap.
Yeah.
Is because they were the final
It
game.
was like, all right, I had enough about like boots on the ground.
Exactly. And just to speak to the fickle point, less than halfway through Advanced Warfare Cycle, people didn't want boost jumping anymore. They wanted to go back to original Call of Duty, and the community reflected that in their tweets, in their post on Reddit. Just, okay, we're done with this. This isn't Call of Duty. This is more towards Titanfall. We're changing the game. It's supposed to be original Call of Duty. Same people that were saying that were saying that Call of Duty needed to change it up. And what did Sledgehammer do? They said, you want change? All right, we'll give you the biggest change Call of Duty's ever seen. And then we saw what happened.
See, the thing is, people doesn't know what they want. They assume that what they want, even though they want change, they really don't want change. They just want to complain.
Yeah, you know what that sounds like, right? Asking a woman what they want to eat.
Oh, that's
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry,
that
sorry.
espionage doesn't condone any
I'm just kidding.
of the
Sorry for all-
derogatory remarks stated in this podcast.
I'm just kidding. No, but I just want.
Let's be honest here, though. It's true. No, I'm just kidding.
But another game, Detroit Become Human. That game looks awesome, graphic wise, and like what they showed on the trailer.
Never heard of it.
Yes. Oh my God, that thing is like there's like 75% blood flow like underneath my waist right now when you said that. High key. That game looks so good. I'm so excited. I'm into like dream. I'm like I love that entire.
What's it called?
Entire series.
Detroit Become Human.
One of David Cage's games.
Is that the
Yeah,
one? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the one? I'm trying to remember. I saw it at E3. Is that the one where like you get to make different choices and like
Yes.
it's like you're trying to prevent someone from killing them, something like that. I remember seeing a trailer at E3 about it.
Yeah,
It's just like super realistic, man. Graphics are beautiful.
Wait, have you guys not played their two previous games? It was Heavy Rain, which is by far my favorite game that they've ever made. That literally made me cry, and Beyond Two Souls.
They also
No, I
made
never
Indigo
played
Prophecy
any of them.
before that.
No, dude, these games are legit realistic as hell. They make you like rethink life. Seriously.
My kind of game.
Man, that's how Call of Duty is. Whenever I get crapped on, I'm like, shit, bro, what is life?
All right. All right, go ahead, Goose.
Oh, no, I was just saying that I have no idea. I've never played those games before. They sound kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
they are definitely interesting. They're more like movie games, kind of like Telltale the way they do it.
Like The Last of Us.
No,
No.
Last of Us is more like just that like single player epic kind of thing, kind of like the thing Uncharted has,
Yeah.
and what Call of Duty used to have with before multiplayer.
Okay.
Speaking of change, let's see about this. Let's talk about the biggest change now into Call of Duty.
Game
Spoiler
modes.
alert or no?
On the ground, but to Resident Evil. Remember, Resident Evil used to be a third-person viewed game. Now it's a first-person. What do you think about that? You think it's more
I
scarier,
think
better, or like is it dizzy? Like I think it's a lot better.
Wait. I'm sorry. What about Call of Duty being third person?
No. You know how
I think
you
you
know
just
how
meant that
Call of Duty
there's,
is
like-
changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. like,
Okay.
some games
I got you.
And so other games. just like Resident Evil. Resident Evil is changing to now a third person to first person. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I think it stays the same. I think they're pretty scary. I remember playing Resident Evil 5, dude. That game was crazy, dude.
Mhm.
I
Like,
think Resident
what
Evil
would
5
make me
is
mad
better.
is that you can't aim and move. Like, you have to you had to stop and then aim. But I, I don't know, dude. Those games look crazy. One game that looked really cool was the Silent Hill, but then it got canceled.
Oh yeah, PT. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
That was
great.
crazy.
That was
Didn't they?
some
They
bullshit.
they released the trailer,
funny.
didn't they, or like a beta or something like that? But then they
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just
it's
never
PT.
continued.
And people are like selling their PlayStation with the
Accounts,
beta for
yeah.
like with
That
like
was me.
hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
It was not
I'm
worth
like,
it.
nah, it's not worth it. Man. I can just watch game trailers.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't worth selling it. That's what I'm saying. Nah,
It's
it
dumb
was.
enough to buy it.
Whoa, hey. Well, I'm pretty much out of games, man. I can't think of any other.
Yeah. So
ones.
I kind of just want to go and answer the question that Oregano posed,
Oh.
about Resident Evil switching from third person to first person. I think it's kind of a revitalization of Resident Evil, because I know back in the day, Resident Evil was renowned in the horror community, especially among video games. Resident Evil 2 makes every single top list of horror games of all time. Resident Evil 2 was the GOAT in a lot of people's minds when it comes to horror video games. And with such strong roots, with Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and then I know, like, once the GameCube came out, a really, like, pretty much the most popular game on the GameCube was Resident Evil 0, which I played a shit ton. Resident Evil 0 was my game on the GameCube. And coming from such high regarded games like that, it kind of took a dip after Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5, I think, was the start of the dip and the decline. Everyone started to say that it was dying. It was a dying franchise. Resident Evil should, they're moving down in the ranks with such horror games coming out like Amnesia, where the bar was just being set so much higher. Yeah, so I think it's a revitalization, especially with Resident Evil 7 this year. I've watched some people play it on YouTube. I haven't personally played it because when it comes to horror games, I'm kind of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. But so I mean, if any of y'all want to play some co-op horror games, that would be some entertaining gameplay.
That sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Because I have a hard time playing Treyarch Zombies by myself. That's so.
On that question,
I never really played zombies by myself.
All right, guys. So I think we've gone through. Wait.
You had a
Wait,
question.
someone was an answer. Yeah.
Oh,
I think it
Yeah.
was Majestic.
my bad.
I just wanted to answer that question about the perspective change. I thought it was definitely a breath of fresh air, just because those like 5, 6, and they just lost that claustrophobia that the old games had, with the awkward movement and everything. And I think they really just wanted to bring that back, taking cues from all these other horror games and kind of making it their own. And now things are already borrowing from Resident Evil 7, which would be what Evil Within 2 is doing with their crafting system,
Mm-hmm.
the way they set up their levels. I think they really brought it back, not only in that aspect, but also with their, like, the story, the location. They're definitely just trying to go for, like, nostalgia there for the original mansion. The original is my favorite just because the mansion is so memorable. It's like one of the best levels ever created. And then Resident Evil 2 was just that, like, further jump,
Mm-hmm.
going from a mansion to a city. So I think the Resident Evil series definitely needed a change. They couldn't just keep going down this path. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Especially with Resident Evil 6.
I didn't
Just
like
sad.
how it was more of an action game than zombie
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and then they wanted to do that, but then they didn't fully embrace it. So it was just like this awkward mix of action and survival horror. It was like, oh, hey guys, like, we're an action game, but also, like, try to be scared by this, but also we want to have like this big cinematic story.
Mm-hmm.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger comes out of nowhere.
It's out of left field. The new leader of Umbrella. It's yeah, I think
To the chopper.
I think what like the key thing there about like with how Resident Evil's especially this year has been so successful with the changeover to first person is that they kind of, while integrating something new like the first person, kept and sort of went back to their roots with their mechanics and the crafting system, but changing it up with not only the first person but changing it up with like the sort of keeping the same Umbrella type zombie, like staying in that same universe, that same realm, but changing it up with staying with just a family. They didn't do too much. The storyline stayed within a house. Where it was we kind of got sort of a spoiler alert in case y'all haven't seen or played Resident Evil 7. We kind of got some more like branching out towards the end of the game where you realized what was going on in this house and why these people's minds were taken over by this little demon bitch. And so we kind of branches out there at the end, but pretty much the entire game takes place in a house. Just a 2-story. There's like I think it's a 4-person home, and I think that really, it kept the roots of the Resident Evil series. It made it simple with a twist with the first person, and just, I think it helped.
Yeah. The house is really something you can memorize, Nothing.
And then that
really
new
got used to the
DLC
layout.
is cool. You go back to it.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Now, what about the Spider-Man game coming out?
Spooderman.
What? For my opinion, I'm gonna get that for sure.
Yeah, so that's actually good. That's probably gonna be our last topic right here. Because I know Goose is into all these universes, the superhero comic books, and I don't know how in depth the rest of y'all go, but in terms of like the Marvel and just superheroes in general, what are you guys' takes on this? The movies, I know superhero movies have been very, very popular and pretty much good, like a resounding, thumbs up for most of them. And in terms of gaming and movies, what have you guys been thinking of them? And you specific movies, specific games.
I mean, I'm excited for the Spider-Man game. I'm pretty sure they're gonna. It's also gonna follow Peter Parker, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna have hints to Miles Morales, which is pretty cool. Just because then it's just leaving Easter eggs for all the fans to really look for them. And that's always been kind of fun. And usually Spider-Man games aren't too serious, but they're just fun, And they're just, you get to be a little superhero, you get to swing around New York, acting like you're really cool.
Yeah. Hey, Goose, can I ask you a question about the game in particular? Have you seen... Sure. You know who the villain is? Because I have no idea who that guy is.
I actually am not sure, but I haven't...
I'm pretty sure they just made him up, but I don't know who, if he's, I'm just wrong
could be
about
like
that.
non-known villain.
All right, so
like
Mario fan in the chat says Spider-Man: Homecoming is the best Spider-Man movie by far. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Dude, I never watched it.
Okay.
Don't spoil
here's
it.
my opinion.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Here's my opinion.
Don't.
Oh God, I'm gonna kill you.
Spider-Man: Homecoming to me is just the best, just because it's to me the characters Peter Parker is actually more to himself. He's more of that geeky nerd. He's more relatable. He's a little kid who just wants to learn. And while I will always love the Tobey Maguire movies just because of nostalgia reasons, I can easily say that Homecoming is probably a well-written movie.
I love all three. I love Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. See, the thing is, Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, but an okay Spider-Man. But as for Andrew Garfield, he was a good Spider-Man, but an okay Parker. But as for Tom Holland, like who said it, Goose?
Yes.
Yes, like what he said, like he was a great both. He was not only a good Spider-Man, like he was joking around during the fight scenes, just like Andrew Garfield's
you're
version.
ruining
But not
it.
only
Can't even know.
but also being like a nerdy, like masturbate. I mean, being a nerdy kid,
Ooh.
embracing high school for like what is he like? He's 15 in the movie. Not that social, and just like Tobey
15.
Maguire's version. So yeah, he's 15 in the movie.
We need a
And,
young Iron Man then.
That's what I like about it because he's 2 in 1.
Yeah. Also, the fact just the villain of Homecoming is obviously probably the best Spider-Man villain they've ever portrayed.
Batman.
I think he's one of the best Marvel villains, at least
Yeah.
the MCU.
Just because he's relatable, but he's also really terrifying at the same time. Like he's actually a really good villain.
Like he's a good guy.
Is
but
he
he'll
better
do
than the
anything.
Green Goblin?
Way better.
Yeah,
Green
way
Goblin
better.
was so sick, dude.
Actually,
No.
you know, I agree with like I enjoyed the Green Goblin in the
I did
first.
too.
Sick.
Yeah,
I
for
enjoy
sure.
Dr. Octopus more than the Green Goblin, though. But that being said, I still think the Vulture in this new Homecoming movie is better than all of the other villains.
You
I'm
think we'll
waiting
ever
for
see?
a Carnage movie.
You think we'll ever see Green Goblin back in the screen with Tom Holland?
I hope so. I think
That's
they
like
stay
the
away from
Sinister
it a little bit
Six,
just because they
or-
don't want to reissue old villains. But I think we will see him. Just because he plays such a
Hopefully.
big role in Spider-Man's universe.
Would you be happy if Andrew Garfield had a third movie but with Sinister Six? Do you think that would have been good?
Trash, dude. Trash.
I think it would have been.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it
Sinister
would have been
Six
good.
would have been good. In my opinion, I would have gave it a shot.
Dude, I didn't like any of his, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but like, even
I like
Jamie
it.
Foxx is that
I
villain.
like the first one.
Trash.
Yeah, the first one was okay. I like the first one. The second one I did not like at all.
The second one was really bad. Just from the trailers, I noticed it was just.
I mean, they
I don't
followed
know.
the ending right in the comics. How Gwen Stacy died. That was pretty good. I give him that. I give him credit for that.
All right, guys. So we've been streaming for just over an hour. I thought it was really, really well done, guys. I'm glad that we all got to introduce ourselves and let everyone know what we're all about. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here. I know Kellum was messaging me, letting me know, just giving me that friendly reminder that World War II comes out in about less than 20 minutes, about 17 minutes. We're gonna be going live here, guys. So if you,
Does anyone want to buy me a copy?
I got you. No, so
Damn, my mic got unplugged. I didn't hear anything you said.
yeah, I wonder what that noise was. No, I'm just talking about like how you were telling me World War II was approaching. So I thought it was a really good podcast, guys. Welcome all. Thank you so much for joining Espionage. I hope we can all grow, have fun, collaborate together. I look forward to working with all of you. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to all of our channels. Follow all of us on our social media
Follow me on
accounts.
Twitch.
I'll have them all send me their stuff so I can put it in the description so y'all can go follow all of us on everything. Mario, thank you so much for staying through the entirety of the podcast, man. You're the real MVP. Anyways, guys, subscribe if you're new to the channels, if you're enjoying some espionage. And as always, guys, let your people know that espionage is out here, about to be on the grind. Look out for us, especially in the World War II, as well as the streaming on Twitch and YouTube content. And as always, guys, peace out. Say bye, everyone.
Say
Bye.
sauce, my
Later,
friend.
guys.
Peace. Mother lovers.